Wait, I got frustrated. Got frustrated.
Each person gets 2 minutes. Yeah. But before we have we're just going to do 2 minutes each. Because we have a much smaller agenda now. Okay, I'm going to call this meeting back to order. First of all, I'm sorry for everyone that had to witness that. But we have changed the agenda a little bit. So 7A and 7B will no longer be on the agenda. And a new, also inclusive college committee discussion will no longer be on the agenda. And a new line item 7A will be called establishment of Senate. So with that, we're going to move forward into statements from the gallery. So this is a time for students at large to bring to the Senate their concerns and voice their opinions on ASLCC matters. I'd ask that the Senate and staff do not respond to gallery statements. Senators and staff, if you wish to respond, please do so within your Senate report or after the meeting. So we're going to start off with Becca. Is Becca still here? Awesome. And let me, yeah, sure. And you're going to have 2 minutes.
Hello, my name is Becca, they, them pronouns. I'm a member of the Gender and Sexuality Alliance here on campus. I'm going to go quick because I have a lot to say. The students with me today have come here to let our collective voices be heard. We are here to assert our rights to dignity and respectful representation by the members of this body. There are others who couldn't be with us today but stand with us in our message. Some of those people belong to this organization but fear abusive retaliation for speaking. We believe that the behavior of Senator Wilson does not represent us or our best interests. Today we'll be sharing statements about how his behavior impacts us and we'll be calling for his resignation. The Constitution of this organization mandates that its members shall not discriminate against any person on the basis of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, marital status, ability, sex, gender identity, religion, age, socioeconomic background, political view, or national origin. I believe Senator Wilson has broken this mandate and creates a culture of fear and discrimination on this campus. It is for this reason that I ask for his immediate resignation. I will now read 2 statements by members of student government who are not able to give one themselves. I will read these statements exactly how they were given to me. Quote, I feel as if ASLCCSG cannot continue forward successfully if Senator Wilson continues to be involved in it. I feel as if his choice of words and the tone of voice he speaks in is highly condescending and often misogynistic. He creates an environment where certain individuals do not feel safe speaking, and it has gone to the extent of people not wanting to attend meetings where he will be present. When there is a student government meeting taking place, whether it is a work session or a Senate meeting, Wilson repeatedly interrupts those who are speaking and speaks in a way that makes him seem like he thinks he is more intelligent than whoever he interrupted. I do not think he is a good choice to represent the students at Lane Community College, and I have had other people express the same opinion to me. I can only hope this situation gets solved as quickly as possible because it is highly disappointing to be a part of the student government when they have gotten virtually nothing done in the last 7 weeks. In the next statement, I quote, I want to start by saying that Diego and I have never had any personal issues. I hope that doesn't change by the end of this statement. I just feel like I need to let you all know about a few of my personal experiences with him that I believe are relevant to this conversation. I have now received 4 complaints from at-large students about Diego's behavior. I have been hesitant to mention these complaints because the students want to remain anonymous, and his historical response to anonymous complaints has been...
Thank you. And next we'll have Jordan. Jordan, okay. And Jordan Teagan.
So I initially want to start by apologizing for my outburst when I initially left here. But I do stand by my statement. I'm sorry about how I said it, but I stand by what I said. I am the GSA president. I help have that identity union successfully run on campus and have students join. And as an identity union on this campus, I do not feel that Diego is a good senator. For someone to sit there and call someone by a name, they have asked them repeatedly not to call them, and then say, oh, sorry, is so condescending and so not okay on so many levels. Not only that, but I've been to multiple Senate meetings.
and the way he speaks to people and interrupts people is not okay. It's so disrespectful and condescending. It's not okay. And as an LGBT student, I do not feel safe, as many other students do. And as someone wanting to join student government, I don't want to. I don't want to. With him being on student government, I just don't want to. Like, I'm shaking right now with anxiety because of what happened earlier. It's not okay. And I don't know how he even got in. I don't. That's all I have to say. So have a good day.
Thank you for that. We have Jewel next. Jewel, awesome. Just whenever you're ready, we'll start your team.
My name is Jewel. My pronouns are she, her. I am part of the GSA and am a student here at LCC. I am here speaking on behalf of behaviors of Diego Wilson, senator of this committee. And I wish to bring up a point that in this Constitution, members shall, sorry, panic attacks. Members of the Senate shall not discriminate against any person on the basis of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, marital status, ability, sex, gender identity, religion, age, socioeconomic background, political view, or national origin. I hereby request Senator Wilson's immediate resignation.
And next we have Mo, I believe. Mo, are you still here?
Right.
Awesome. Just whenever you're ready.
Well, this is my first time being here at a meeting, and I was here in support of a friend, and to see such kind of aggressive behavior is a little intimidating to even show up here. So I'll just read the statement. I am a student of Lane Community College, and I am represented by the student government. I believe that I and every student on this campus has the right to be respectful represented by this body. This student government constitution states that its members shall not discriminate against any person on the basis of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, marital status, or sex, gender identity, religion, age, socioeconomic background, political view, or national origin. I believe that Senator Wilson has engaged in behavior that violates this constitutional mandate. When we have representatives who create a culture of fear and discrimination, we all lose. I hereby request the resignation of Senator Wilson. Thank you.
Okay, and then next we have Corey. Corey, are you? Hi, Corey. Whenever you're ready.
My name is Corey, she, they pronouns. I'm here to talk about the food pantry here at Lane and how I think the service is amazing. And I honestly haven't bought groceries in 4 months, and to go in there and be able to get groceries and eat is amazing. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. And Scarlett? Whenever you're ready.
Hi, my pronouns are her and she and they. I didn't like how the whole arguing happened either. Honestly, I thought that it was a disgrace. And I honestly just wish this doesn't happen again. I am a student of Lane Community College, and I represent the student government. I believe that every student on this campus has the right to be respected. The student government constitution states that members shall not discriminate against any person on the basis of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, marital status, abilities, sex, gender, identity, religion, socioeconomic background, political view, or national origin. I believe that Senator Wilson has engaged in behavior that violates this Constitution mandate. We have representatives who have created a culture of fear and discrimination we all lose. I hereby request the immediate resignation of Senator Wilson. Thank you.
And then Jeremy and Trey, BSU.
I'm the president of the BSU here. The vice president is accompanying me. And just witnessing the actions of student government today was a sham and a shame. This is one of the first meetings I've actually ever attended, and I just can't believe personally that student government is being ran in this way, in this manner. So with that being said, I understand just listening here today, some of the decisions student government has been making or has to make as far as concerning the budget, as far as concerning the ratification of new senators into student government, both of these things which directly affects the BSU. And so on that note, I would like to stand with the majority of the students. I don't personally know any of you senators, and I thank you for introducing the introduction into you guys' mandate. I really appreciate that you guys make yourselves known to the students here. I would like to say personally is that I am a student of Lane Community College, and I am represented by the student government. I believe that I and every student on this campus has the right to respectful representation by this body. Student government constitution states that its members shall not discriminate against any person on the basis of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, marital status, abilities, sex, gender identity, religion, age, socioeconomic background, political view, or national origin. I believe that Senator Wilson has engaged in a behavior that violates this constitutional mandate, as the majority of the students have spoken up of today, that BSU will follow. When we have representation who creates a culture of fear and discrimination, we all lose. I hereby request the immediate resignation of Senator Wilson. No, nothing against you personally, but I'm gonna stand with the majority of the students here and how they feel. I yield the rest of my time to my vice president.
This is my first time ever attending you guys' meetings. I didn't know that it was going to be this much aggression in the room. I feel that students should not have to leave for no reason because you guys support the students. So just, for the first introduction, my first impression of you guys for telling us to leave, I kind of feel disrespected. Because if you guys are the people that's supposed to be, supporting us or the voice of the students, we shouldn't have to leave. We should be able to listen to whatever you guys have to say. So that's just all I have to say. I mean, you guys can do a little bit better than this.
Thank you. And then lastly, we have Dan.
Hello, everybody. So I'm here today just in case the ideas that I came across with as vice president. I thought maybe that me as a student that y'all are here to represent might come in a little bit clearer. Based on a lot of the accusations that this is a personal vendetta, something directly out of spite and hatred towards Diego, that's not too far off, but it comes from an idea that the ideas, the attitudes, and the behaviors that he has within the way that he treats people, I have seen that destroy my mother's life, as living in a household where emotional abuse was running rampant, and see what that does to somebody. I see what it does to the people that we have worked with. I've seen what it does to the students that are here. I see what it does to the actual, just general capacity of anybody's ability to truly support students. I see what it's doing to the student government, as it is destroying something that I have been a part of building for 2 years. We have finally gotten to a point where we were being recognized, we were being applauded, people wanted to work with us, we had the student voice. That voice is being highly muted by the actions and behaviors that Diego espouses. So I too am calling for the immediate resignation of Diego Wilson. However, I will let it be stated, resignation or not, if the resignation does not happen, the articles of impeachment will continue to come forth as it is within my power as a member of the student body. So I just ask you all as senators, please do what's right for the students, because we are who you represent.
Thank you again, everyone, from the gallery for being here and for your statements. With that, we will now move into item 6 of the agenda, old business. We will start with 6A, the budget discussion. This is a budget we have seen quite a lot of. Ideally, this budget should have passed a while back, but due to unfortunate circumstances, that wasn't possible. As mentioned previously, we are currently in violation of the Constitution when it comes to the passage of this budget. So I will open the floor to discussion and any motions to be made, and I also want to remind the senators that this budget is malleable and this is something that can be easily changed in the future. So I will open the floor. I'll take stack, starting with Caleb and whoever else.
So this is the first time I've received the self-care kit budget. And I see that it's 1,576, so the rest is just the layover money. I just want to know the last date that we can, sorry, I'm looking at it's 1,576 and it's 2,000 on here. The rest is the layover money. It says 2,000 right here.
You're looking at the projected budget. The 2019-2020 budget is budgeted at 2,000. It's budgeted at 3,000 on 2018-2019 because we have a little extra money. You're asking what the last time we can do these self-care kits thing is, or?
In general, when's the last time we can make updates to the budget?
I mean, in theory, we could do it all the way to the very last session as long as there's money to move around, but, you know, whenever.
Right, thank you, and I was confused. I have the wrong
if I were to
budget.
make a recommendation, get about halfway through winter term and see how much we've been spending, and then revisit.
Okay.
Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to move it around at the very end unless there's something big that happens in the very end of the school year.
Do you have on the stack?
Actually, it was a good result. I was just asking which one we were looking at, but we're good.
Okay. And I want to remind everyone of our time constraints, so I will entertain any motion.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Or move to approve the budget.
Okay. There's been a motion to approve the budget made by Caleb and seconded by Hannah. Is there any discussion with the maker of the motion?
No.
The second?
No.
And any further discussion? Michael?
Since malleability, is that something that needs to be stated in the motion?
No, it's simply, I was just mentioning that just to like remind you all that we can change it at any time. It's like pretty easy to do. So with that, we'll move into a vote. Oh, Adam, sorry.
This has been an extremely contentious Senate meeting and extremely disrespectful, and I hope we can come together on at least one thing. The budget, this is, money to go towards the students, and I really hope that we can at least come together as a Senate on approving something I know Ryan's worked very hard on, and I think this will be really good for everybody.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, and with that, we'll move into a vote. All those in favor of passing the budget? Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 5-0-0. And with that, we'll be moving into item 6B of the agenda, the funds request. All senators should have a copy of the funds request in front of them, and I will now open the floor to discussion and entertain any motion. Do you want to speak on this?
We did not receive funds requests.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
Do you have it there for everyone, or you want to have it?
I have like a copy that can be passed around.
It's just here if anyone wants to figure out where the budget for Senate for OSOP got a copy.
Anyone need one?
I'll share this one.
I think there's some in the treasurer's box back in the student loan office. You want to grab them.
Yeah, I got one. Does everyone have their eyes on one right now? Okay. So we've all seen this a lot. I'll open the floor to discussion. I don't know if you want to speak on this, Michael, since it's your request.
I know that shortens meeting time constraints, so I don't know if it's something I should or not, but I could say a little bit. Essentially, the funds request is for the student government to have t-shirts. This is something that I've been trying to get into a motion for a while now, simply for the sake of visibility for the student government and to show unification of us as a whole. I know that may not seem like it at this point, but my ultimate goal is to see us, despite any kind of differences we may have, to move together as a whole and to always keep our eyes towards the students that we're supposed to represent.
I'm not introducing any amendment or anything, but I would like to put in the record that I'm suggesting that we have an art contest. If this budget is passed, I recommend we have some kind of art contest with a prize to further get out the word. I think it would be better for a lot of students to design what they want their student government to look like. I guess it's somewhat of a metaphor, but
My understanding is that the LCC has a graphic design department that has to approve of anything with their official name on it. So I believe that's been tried in the past and has not succeeded.
Anna?
On that note, wouldn't it just be possible to hold the art contest, pass this request, and have it not say LCC and just say student government?
Any further discussion or any motions?
I move to approve of the funds request.
I second that.
Can you be more specific?
I move to approve of Michael's fund request for of $600 for.
Okay, is there a second? Seconded by Hannah. So there's been a motion to approve the funds request for the amount of $600, seconded by Hannah. We'll start with discussion on the maker of the motion.
No comment.
Okay, second.
I just think that at this point in time, we need something to by us.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I do like the idea of the art contest like you talked to me about, Adam, and I think that is an opportunity to engage and reach out to the students and to show a little bit of flair and creativity for these t-shirts.
come on, y'all, let's do this.
Okay, and with that, we'll move into a vote. All those in favor of approving the funds request for 600? Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 5-0-0. Congratulations, Michael, on your first funds request, and can't wait to see all the student government swag. Okay, with that, we'll be moving into item 7 on the agenda, new business. In our executive session, this area was amended a bit, so we will be starting off with 7A, which is going to be establishment of Senate. I'll open the floor to discussion. Diego, Anna.
The reason that this has come up as it is there's a section in our Constitution, whether it's good or wrong or bad or whatever, it's there, and that is we have to have a minimum of 6 senators to have quorum, and that's what this is doing right now, it's establishing that we have that. It's really just a pretty simple process.
And then Hannah.
I genuinely think that with this action before us, the issue today was due to the fact that we weren't heard and people are not seeing on the same level or even trying to get on the same level anymore. And I feel like unifying is the only way to go.
And Michael next.
So needless to say, we're all students here, and we're all learning, and student government is learning also. It's been said a lot that when it comes to mistakes, that mistakes are only mistakes if you don't learn from them. So despite any kind of feelings or sentiment towards anyone who's in the student government, I would like an opportunity to see us learn and grow, and if there are things that seem to be contrary to full representation of the students that we're supposed to represent, give it an opportunity to maybe learn us more, talk with us more, engage with us more, so that we can learn and we can grow as well.
Is there any further discussion or motions?
I move to, what is it called? Establish the Senate.
Can you be a little more specific?
I move to establish the Senate as it stands with Michael, Anna, Diego, myself, Adam, and Caleb. So that we can move forward, knowing that we do have a proper Senate built, and also try and move forward and try and rebuild this hot mess of the student government.
Okay. So there's been a motion to establish establish Senate as it stands with Michael, Diego, Amma, Hannah, myself, Caleb, and Adam, and seconded by Adam. We'll start with discussion on the maker of the motion.
Like I said, in the previous discussion, I really genuinely feel like the only way any of us can move past this without walking away with our heads in our hands, ashamed of all of these actions, is if we unify and come together as a student government, and this is how we do it.
And second,
Please, let's just do this.
Yeah.
okay, any further discussion? Michael?
Team Blamia.
Team what?
Team Blamia.
Who's that?
Some of us may remember that, but Team Blamia
Okay.
from the retreat.
Oh, okay, so we're going to move into a vote. So all those in favor of moving to establish Senate as it stands with Michael, Diego, Amma, Hannah, myself, Caleb, and Adam. All those in favor? 5. Opposed? Abstentions? Passes 5-0-0. This is the official Senate as of currently. With that, we'll be moving into 7B on our new business, under new business, which is senator ratification. And it will be Amy. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So,
Would you like to come take a seat up here?
Yeah.
So Amy has petitioned to be on the Senate, so we will give you 3 minutes to do a statement at the start, and then I'm going to ask that each senator only ask 1 question, just to save time. So, and start us off.
All right. The first time I heard about student government, I was really impressed with what you're doing here. And me joining the Senate is trying to represent international students, and at the same time also show diversity among the students. And really what I've seen today is, let's say that yesterday I was really happy that today is going to be the education day. I was hoping something memorable. I'm not saying it wasn't memorable, but not in the way that I wish. So, yeah, that's my statement.
Thank you. So I'll start taking stack for any questions or statements that senators would like to make. Caleb, and then Hannah, and then Michael. Okay, Caleb starts off.
So with everything you witnessed, do you feel you could work in this type of pressure or this type of environment successfully?
Successful is maybe a great word here, but I always say that in every situation someone has to forward his line so that things keep moving. And if I'm going to be that person, I will be doing that.
And then Hannah next.
First of all, Amy, I've talked to you a couple of times, and I really want to apologize for the chaos that is going on. And I'm happy that you still are enthusiastic about being a senator. And I just want to know a little bit more about your goals, because I hear you talk about how you want to represent international students. And I want to hear about your goals so that maybe you can facilitate them as you can.
My main goal joining the student government is to make sure that you guys understand that currently we international students are not interacting with resident students. There's not enough interaction between you and us. And the time I spent with some Americans who are notified there's a lot of things to learn. And if we are going to spend like 1 year, 2 years to maybe 5 years before that interaction, I don't think that we are going to be successful as we want. Some might succeed, but I feel like I can sustain such environment without interacting with people.
And
That's
then I
my main goal.
And then Michael next, and then Diego.
Similar to what Hannah said, I do want to apologize if it seems like things have been kind of turbulent. I'm sorry that the last Senate meeting had to be canceled as well, and how that caused concern with your potential ratification into Senate. I had a similar question that Hannah had asked as well, with just if there was any specific issues other than the one that you mentioned between the international and national students that you would like to see the Senate look into.
Currently, I don't have any kind of issue that I will want you to look at. I just want to specify that and add that me also joining the Senate is wanting to be part of the agenda, wanting to make sure that whatever you guys would like to realize here on campus, I can vote for that, and I can be part of that. It's going to be really, touching for me one day to realize that during that time that I spent here at Lake Community College, I was part of the student government and we realized this and that. That's what I want to do in the future.
Diego.
So the petition form, which I believe I was the one that gave it to you way back when, there's a boilerplate question that's asked. I'm going to ask you that question. What does student government mean to you?
Student government for me is an institution that represents students, first of all. And my conception of the student government is that you represent us. And if anything you do that goes against our well-being, shouldn't be allowed. So that's the idea of student government. And that's what I will promote as much as I can.
Adam, did you have anything to add? I'll entertain any motions.
I move to ratify Amy.
Second. There's been a motion to ratify Amy as a senator, made by Hannah, seconded by Adam. Is there any discussion with the maker of the motion?
I think we could do some fresh blood and some fresh eyes on here.
Seconded.
Okay. With that, we'll move into a vote. All those in favor of ratifying Amy as a senator? Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 5-0-0. Congrats, Amy. We look forward to having you in our next work session and sitting on Senate next week. So thank you so much for being here.
All right.
Yeah, we can just start sitting next to the meeting. Thank you so much. Okay, with that, we're going to move into 7C, governing documents committee discussion. Within the last few weeks, it's become quite apparent that our governing documents are dumpster fires. The documents are inadequate, vague, out of date, and in some instances contradictory of each other. I'll now open the floor to discussion relating to the revamp of our governing documents and the formation of the governing documents committee. Staff. Diego, Caleb, anyone else? So Diego, Caleb.
Camcorder's getting really hot.
Yeah, this is been trying to be put on the Senate agenda since week 1 of having Senate. And until this meeting has finally made it to the agenda, I don't know why it was so difficult to get it there. Politics, I guess. But I'm not going to be making a motion just yet. I just want to bring to the awareness to the Senate, so that someone does make that motion, that in our bylaws, I think the chief of staff has a closer, more intimate role with the committee in the forming of it, so if we do form a committee, I think the chief of staff would be a fair chair for that committee.
And then Caleb?
I think if today showed anything is that you definitely need to fix some things, and as it's been said a million times, dot our i's and cross our t's and all that work.
Thank you. Adam? Do you have time for Ryan?
Just so that it makes its way into the minutes and to emphasize our situation, we have mentioned multiple times that the Constitution as revised in 2017 is a dumpster fire, but even that new dumpster fire, the bylaws were 5 years out of date with that. And then the operations manual, which we found, which is supposed to be our book for everybody to understand how to do a thing in student government, is 10 years out of date. So gosh knows how many constitutions have passed between when that was written and what we have now. So I just want to cheer on the fact that we, rather than just working on the bylaws, we're starting with governing documents and trying to make it so that everything we have is up to date and in line.
And then I'll say something. Just for some historical context. In the past with committees, typically within the motion, it's just the formation of the committee, and we don't get too specific within it. We don't want to trap ourselves in our motions. I think having naming a chair within the motion is totally cool, but anything further than that, I don't want to restrict this down. Is there any further discussion on this? Any motion, entertaining motion?
I move to form the governing documents committee with Sean as chair.
Okay, there's been a motion to form the governing documents committee with Sean, our chief of staff, as the chair, made by Hannah and seconded by Adam. Is there any discussion on the motion starting with me?
It's about
Okay, so we're going to move into a vote. Oh, or further discussion? Yeah, sorry.
I was just going to say that I think Shauna would be an excellent leader. I very much approve of Shauna's leadership that he's demonstrated throughout this situation, and I would rather have no one else lead us through this further, so.
Michael?
Just to clarify, do we need to appoint the palette as well that the committee has? Or no? And would it behoove to at least state in the movement that he can appoint however many he needs for investigating and deliberating?
I don't think that'll necessarily be necessary to the motion. Typically in the past, it's basically just we create committees, whoever's interested sits and works on those committees, and yeah. So with that, is there any further discussion?
Just to clarify again that we don't need to specify the power that the committee has.
No.
Yeah, point of information on that, just to give you some information. Once the committee's done their work, at the end of the day, it'll have to come back to Senate no matter what to be approved. Or in some cases, if the Constitution is, it'll come back no matter what.
Okay, so with that, we'll move into a vote. All those in favor of creating the Governing Documents Committee, chaired by Sean, our Chief of Staff? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 5-0-0. I look forward to working on that committee and seeing an update to our governing documents. So with that, we'll move into section 8, or item 8 of our agenda, reports. It is highly encouraged that all senators and staff members give a report weekly. These reports are very important to keeping our organization and our efforts as transparent as possible and opening the line of communication between student government members and the students we represent. Each person giving a report will be given a maximum of 3 minutes for reports. With that, we'll move into 8A, which is the presidential report. Keely, you have 3 minutes whenever you are ready.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Keely Barlevin. I'm the current student body president of ASLCC. I want to start off with what happened on October 25th when my vice president, Dan Good, resigned. I ran with Dan. I apologize, this has been a lot. I ran with Dan to promote student sustainability and help students understand what it means to sustain the planet through sustaining themselves through ecologically sustainable means. With our Sustainable Students Committee last year, we passed out over 1,000 self-care kits. We did ready-to-cook meal kits for students. We hosted community meals, and we did a finals week fuel station, really supporting students and helping them get through the hard times of school and letting them know they have a community that's there for them. And we also ran on mental health awareness and action. We really want to promote that it's okay to have, to be neurodivergent. And, we all have issues, and we really need to speak up and be more vocal about them and talk and reach out and ask for support when we need it, and also offer support to others. We wanted to work on free or affordable nourishment and resources for students, community-based support systems, and I will continue to advocate for these this year. And I'm really excited to have our budget passed so we can finally go through with getting our self-care kits going, funding the food pantry with more money. We've really been at a standstill for a lot of reasons, and I'm really excited to move forward. Dan Good was such a champion of student rights, and there's a lot more to accomplish this year for students, and he will be greatly missed. I'm excited to be working with our interim Vice President, Nick Keogh, and look forward to the future. We entered the school year with a lack of an ASLCC advisor, moving into a new office without all our tech being set up, a transition of our admins and OSA staff, and the executive team has been working through these challenges to the best of our abilities and at the highest capacity that we can. I just ask that moving forward, that we all try to be more loving and forgiving of not only ourselves, but of others, and really understanding that we're all human and it's okay to make mistakes as long as we learn from them and try to move forward together. We'll be definitely working on more team building because apparently we haven't done enough of it. And I started getting everyone on board with this app called Slack where we can communicate about our projects, and there's a lot more like the Office for Civil Rights and things for students, but I apologize.
Thank you. With that, we move into 8B, the interim vice president report. My name is Nick Keogh. I'm the acting / interim vice president currently. My pronouns are he, him, his. I've just kind of been working on being sort of thrown into this role and kind of adjusting to it, in the sense of creating agendas, brushing up on Robert's rules, on running work sessions, getting check-ins started with senators, which haven't started yet this year, which should have started at the very start. And then also I've been working on kind of just getting these, looking to get these committees rolling. The Governing Documents Committee just was formed, which is awesome. Also looking into an inclusive college committee and an events committee. And yeah, I just